Have you ever just wondered what the real secret is to massive success? I'll tell you, it's not some winning lottery ticket, and it's not one single brilliant idea. It's actually a hidden force working silently every single day that shapes our destiny. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and uncover it.
So, what is it? I mean, really, what's the one thing that separates the people who achieve their dreams from those who just feel, well, stuck? It's not luck, and it's definitely not some big, dramatic, life-altering event. The answer is something much, much smaller, and honestly, it's far more powerful than you can probably imagine.
All right, to really get a handle on this, let's break it down with a simple story. It's about two friends, we'll call them John and Mike. Now, they're starting from the exact same place. Similar jobs, similar incomes, similar lives. But they're about to head down two totally different paths, all because of a few tiny choices they make every day.
So, John decides to make a really small positive change. He's going to cut just 125 calories a day. I mean, that's nothing, right? That's like skipping one soda or passing on a cookie. Meanwhile, Mike makes what seems like a harmless, negative choice. He just adds one extra beer and a little snack to his daily routine. Neither of these things feels like a big deal at all. Okay, so after 1 month, you can't see any difference. Nothing. Even after 6 months, things look pretty much the same. And this right here is where most of us give up, because the results are totally invisible. But you fast forward 2 years, and the change is just staggering. John is leaner, he's full of energy. While Mike's gained weight and he feels sluggish. Their paths have gone in completely opposite directions.
So what is this invisible force that created such a huge gap between them? Well, it's got a name. It's called the compound effect. To put it simply, the compound effect is just the principle of reaping huge rewards from a series of small, smart, and consistent choices. It's like the operating system that's running your life in the background, whether you even know it's there or not. Here's a great way to think about it. Picture your life like a bank account. Every single choice you make, no matter how tiny, is either a deposit or a withdrawal. You're not going to see the balance shift much today, but over time, that interest, it compounds into a fortune or a really crushing debt. And to really see this thing in action, imagine you're planting a Chinese bamboo seed. For the first year, you water it, and absolutely nothing happens. The second year, still nothing. Third year, fourth year, you see zero growth above the ground. I mean, it would feel completely pointless, right? But then, something incredible happens. In that fifth year, the bamboo shoot just explodes out of the ground, growing up to 90 feet in just 6 weeks. So was it just sleeping for 4 years? No way. It was building this huge, complex root system underground, getting ready for that explosive growth. Your small daily habits, those are your hidden roots. And this brings us to a really crucial lesson, especially today, in a world that's just obsessed with quick fixes and hacks. The real secret isn't intensity. It's not about these grand, heroic efforts. It's all about quiet, relentless consistency. I mean, think about it. Going to the gym for some punishing 2-hour session once a month, that's basically worthless for long-term results. But a simple 20-minute walk done every single day, that is absolutely life-changing. Consistency might feel a little boring, but let me tell you, it's the invisible engine that drives extraordinary results. As the author Darren Hardy says, you make your choices, and then your choices make you. Think about that for a second. At first, you're the one controlling your habits. But after a while, your habits start to control you. They run on autopilot, and they literally define who you become. And that's why the choices you decide to lock in right now are so incredibly important.
This is where you actually get to design your own destiny. You want wealth? You don't need to win the lottery. You just need to automate a small savings deposit. You want better health? Just take the stairs every day. You want stronger relationships? Offer one genuine, kind word to someone daily. These tiny little actions are the building blocks of the life you actually want. Now, once you get these small, consistent habits going, something kind of magical starts to happen. You start to build momentum, what the book calls Big Mo. It really is like a snowball rolling downhill, just getting bigger and faster all on its own.
So just how powerful is this momentum we're talking about? Well, the difference between standing still and being in full motion is almost impossible to overstate. Picture a giant freight train just sitting still on the tracks. At this point, its inertia is massive.
You could place a simple 1-inch block of wood in front of its wheels, and it literally would not be able to move forward. And that's exactly what starting a new habit feels like. Painfully slow, really difficult.
But that same train, once it's moving at 100 miles an hour, has so much momentum it could smash right through a 5-foot thick concrete wall and barely even slow down. That is the power of Big Mo. Once your good habits get that kind of momentum, they actually become harder to stop than to continue.
Okay, so you've built this momentum. How do you protect it? The key is managing your environment, because the world around you can either fuel that momentum or it can stop you dead in your tracks. Look, your choices are not made in a vacuum. They are deeply shaped by what you feed your mind. The news, the social media you consume. They're shaped by the people you spend your time with, their attitudes, their habits. They rub off on you. And they're even shaped by your physical space. A cluttered desk often leads to a cluttered mind.
Think of it like a thermostat. Your environment sets a default success temperature for your life. If you're in a room that's set to 70 degrees, you'll eventually become 70 degrees. If you really want to change your results, you can't just rely on willpower. You have to consciously go over and raise the setting of your environment. Ultimately, the compound effect is just like gravity. You can't see it, but its pull is constant, and it is absolutely unstoppable. It is always working. The only question, the only one that matters, is are you directing it to work for you, or are you just letting it work against you?
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one single powerful question. Think about the very next small choice you're about to make, what you're going to eat, what you're going to read, what you're going to say. Is that choice a deposit, or is it a withdrawal? Is it working for you, or is it working against you? If this idea of compounding small actions into massive results really resonated with you, I want to invite you to subscribe to UNLT. It's what we do here. We unpack these timeless principles that, when you apply them consistently, compound into extraordinary wealth, growth, and a life that's truly transformed. Thanks so much for joining me.